Have you ever stopped to consider whether the nursery rhymes we sing so innocently to our children might conceal a darker history? There was an old woman who lived in a shoe has charmed generations with its whimsical imagery, but its unsettling origins might just surprise you. Step into the shadows with me as we peel back the layers of this childhood favourite and reveal the chilling secrets that lurk beneath. Welcome back, Darklings. Before we uncover its troubling past, let's first revisit the most well-known version of the rhyme. There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread. She whipped them all soundly and put them to bed. First published in the 18th century, this rhyme has evolved over time. Today, it is commonly recited with the gentler line, "She kissed them all soundly and put them to bed." It's a strange rhyme with peculiar imagery, but what if the old woman is more than just a fictional character? What if she represents a real-life historical figure? Her true identity might just surprise you. One intriguing theory suggests that the old woman in the rhyme might be a coded reference to King George II. For context, George II reigned from 1727 to 1760 and was often criticised for his weak leadership. Many saw him as ineffectual, as he frequently deferred important decisions to his wife, Queen Caroline. According to this theory, the old woman in the rhyme is a satirical portrayal of George II, mockingly referred to as such due to his perceived subservience to his wife. The children could symbolise the unruly members of Parliament he struggled to control, though George and Caroline themselves had 8 children, adding another layer to this interpretation. During George II's reign, Britain faced many challenges, including numerous military campaigns and expensive wars abroad. The rhyme's mention of giving broth without any bread might reflect this overspending on military affairs, which left little funds in the treasury for domestic needs. Additionally, there is a parliamentary position known as the whip, who ensures that party members attend and vote in line with party policies. But why a shoe? Some suggest it symbolises Britain itself. Others see the shoe as a metaphor for King George's struggle to fill his father's shoes, symbolising his challenges in living up to the expectations of a king. But if this royal connection seems a stretch, consider the earlier and more disturbing version of the rhyme, which might suggest even older, more sinister origins. In 1797, a darker iteration of the rhyme surfaced in Infant Institutes, which features the unsettling lines. "And she borrowed a beetle, and she knocked them all on the head. Then out went the old woman to bespeak them a coffin, and when she came back she found them all a-laughing." Here, beetle doesn't refer to an insect, but to a heavy mallet or club, creating a grim image of the old woman beating her children to death, then going out to purchase coffins for them. No one is entirely certain what the word "laughing" means, though it's widely believed to signify laughing. This implies that when the old woman returned from arranging the children's funerals, she found them alive and well, adding a touch of dark humour to the rhyme. Interestingly, laughing originates from Shakespearean times, spanning the late 16th to early 17th century, over 200 years before the rhyme was first published. This suggests that the rhyme may have origins far older than previously thought, with imagery rooted in ancient folklore. Shoes have long been symbols of fertility. Historically, it was customary to throw shoes at newlyweds, and in parts of Britain and Ireland, it was believed that a woman hoping to conceive should wear the shoes of a woman who had recently given birth. There is also historical evidence that shoes were placed within the walls, chimney breasts, or floors of homes in England and Ireland. The exact reason remains a mystery, but the prevailing theory is that they offered protection from witches. Additionally, when a child died young, burying one of their shoes in the house was believed to keep a part of their spirit within. Could this be why the imagery of the shoe, numerous children, and a coffin appears in the older version of the rhyme? Irish folklorist Thomas McCormack noted that the Old Irish word brog can mean both house and shoe, possibly giving rise to the rhyme. Folklore is also rich with crone figures, elderly women who reside in unusual dwellings. A prime example is Baba Yaga from Slavic mythology, who famously lives in a house that stands on chicken legs. But what if the old woman in the rhyme is actually a case of mistaken identity and she's not human at all? A common theory suggests that the rhyme may have originated from a riddle. Historically, riddles were a popular form of entertainment, often featuring clever wordplay and metaphors. Consequently, the figure of an old woman with many children who lives in a shoe could be interpreted as a spider, or, as Beatrix Potter famously proposed, a mouse. But beyond historical interpretations and folklore, the rhyme might just be a simple reflection of societal conditions of the time, such as poverty and the plight of single mothers. The shoe could symbolise cramped and inadequate living conditions, mirroring the struggles faced by families during that era. The rhyme might also be viewed as a moral lesson, warning against having too many children without the means to properly care for them. The 18th century saw significant population growth in many parts of Europe, including Britain. This increase in population led to higher demand for food, housing and jobs, exacerbating poverty among the lower classes. Also, the Industrial Revolution, which began in the late 18th century, led to a decline in traditional jobs. Many families, particularly those in rural areas or the urban poor, struggled to make ends meet. But what do you think? Is the old woman who lived in a shoe a satirical commentary on the royal family, a remnant of ancient folklore, a playful riddle, or a reflection on historical hardship? Leave your thoughts in the comments below, and if your thirst for nursery rhyme origins still lingers, be sure to subscribe and explore the rest of my channel. See you in a future video.